Hi Libra, this is going to be your weekly tea for June 19th. It's good for Sun, Rising, Moon, Venus, Mercury placement of Libra. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. It is not going to resonate with everyone that watches. Things could be opposite and roles could be reversed. If you're new, welcome to Somachandra Libra. You guessed it, this is a channel just for Libra and also Sagittarius. I get a lot of downloads for those two signs, so I gave you guys your own channel. So if you have Libra and Sag in your chart, you came to the right place. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for you. I'll read for you here every 3 to 5 days. Link to my website for private readings and to check out Human Design Analysis is down in the description below. All right, let's begin. As I was meditating and getting into your energy, I found that I heard a lot of happy energy, a lot of excited energy. I definitely think that some of you are waking up to some of your own creative potential. I think you're very focused on the future. I felt a lot of optimism for you. I'm hearing that you guys are going to whistle while you work this week. I think that you will be very chatty, very social, very Libra-esque, very focused on beauty and balance and symmetry in your home as well. I saw people like reorganizing their home and like getting excited about things. I'm excited about the future. I felt a lot of happy vibes. But what came out, and I thought that that was really good. I wanted to tell you guys that. But what I saw in the tarot here is some of you have to be very aware of your cycles right now. There's sort of a test that I think you kind of need to try to pass at the moment. They wanted me to start with the Oracle of the Seven Energies, and I got opening to discovery, the power of purpose, waking the lion. Your ears are wide open for something. Okay, I do feel like there is confidence waking within you and waking that heart of the lion. I'm feeling a lot of confidence. I also hear that you're open to discovering what your purpose is. I'm hearing you're thinking outside of the box about maybe what to do with your life. What is my purpose? I haven't really been sure. And I'm hearing that not knowing what direction to go or who you are or what to do next was bringing you a lot of anxiety for a while, but that this week you're going to be like, you know what? I'm just so grateful that I have all these possibilities and opportunities. I'm open to discovering more. I want to find what my purpose is, and I want that purpose to feel powerful, but I do know that I have to discover it. The more you have that mindset, Libra, the more you're waking this powerful strength within you. I love that. So waking up to those things. Some of you are waiting to hear from something. But then a lot of cards came out of the Life Coaching Oracle deck. And I was like, okay, I guess they need to hear all of this. Dark night of the soul, you are in the midst of a spiritual awakening to positive life changes. Positive life changes are ahead if you choose to trust that process. Okay, so some of you have been through something very difficult, but what the dark night of the soul does is it puts you in the midst of a spiritual awakening. And I think it's getting you to focus on changing some things about your life that are positive, but you do have to engage in the process. You can't just say, oh yeah, I'm aware of that. It will take some manifesting and some doing. I think that manifest should be used as a verb. But then I have self-sabotage. You're creating pain for yourself by standing in your own way with a reconciliation. This relationship, friendship, partnership can be saved. And then there's a power struggle. You may be involved in a power struggle and then surrender. Release and surrender all control and let nature take its course. Auric field is at the bottom of the deck. It's time to call in your energy protection to shield, clear, and strengthen your aura. Tough love is down here too. So is parting ways. Okay, so I think that this week you are on the road to really discovering your greatest gifts, really having a spiritual awakening, really focused on making these positive life changes. But I think your guides are trying to alert you to a pattern that you play out that is self-sabotaging. And because I have the Wheel of Fortune here twice, it is a cycle that you need to be aware of, or that someone needs to be aware of. If that's not you, it's someone else. The self-sabotage that someone is doing is that they go back and reconcile, but then there's this power struggle, and someone needs to surrender that they don't have any control. Let me guess, Libra. You try to part ways and you try to let something go, but you can't help yourself but to go back in and try to micromanage, control, heal, fix, take care of. I hear that you're very advicey this week. Advicey, explainy, coming in. Like if you walk away, just walk away. You have to just walk away. But some of you just can't quite let yourself do that. It's like, no, I'm on this road to positive life changes, but my self-sabotage is that I go back in and try to reconcile with a person, but then it just leads to a power struggle. And I struggle to release and surrender all control. I'm hearing you've got to just let whomever that person is you have to just let them control themselves, whether they can or not. You have to protect yourself. It's time to tell the truth about something you have been avoiding. Tough love. Some of you need tough love. Some of you just need to give your tough love to someone else and then let them go, as opposed to like coming in. I think y'all go back to someone you're supposed to be walking away from and you try to reconcile, but you just fight all over again. And some of you need to hear, stop trying to control them. You're not their mommy. You're not their daddy. You're not their rescuer. You're not their saint. You're not their teacher, and you're definitely not their twin flame. Yeah, but someone may do that to you as well. And it's like everybody just needs to walk away to their corner so that you can be open to discovering your true purpose, wake up to your true potential, focus on these life changes. There's going to be this huge distraction. And I was like, all right, well, that could be playing out in any part of your life, family, work, relationship. What's happening like in love? And I have self-indulgence, focus on the self and self-worth, time to heal and shadow work. Yeah, with the dark night of the soul that leads to positive life changes. And then you're all open to discovering new things that are, so I'm hearing that some of you are discovering some things about yourself that have been like negative, bad habits, but you're aware of them now. So you're going to look at that, examine that, but it's also leading to like something good for you. And you're appreciating yourself. You're like receiving what you need and you're progressing. You're moving forward with boat. You're trying to move on, but there's some closure issues. There's going to be a love call. Someone expresses love or you get a message that they're thinking of you, and you're going to have to be the sword and the rose. Truth, clarity, revelation, protection, power, and honor. The sword and the rose is Libra. But at the bottom of the deck is healthy choices. Okay, I feel like you're really at a crossroads here, Libra. You can either get sucked back into that self-sabotaging cycle of, okay, maybe we can fix this. Let's just fight through this. I know it's going to be a power struggle, but if you just do what I want you to do, this will be okay. Stop doing that. I'm hearing someone needs to hear they're never going to do what they're supposed to do or what you want them to do. It's time for you to focus on making healthy choices. I do believe that you will be tested in some way. It is not spirit testing you. It's all the other human beings and you yourself that is testing you. Everyone's always saying to me, why is spirit testing me? Why is spirit doing this to me? What makes you think spirit is doing anything to you? We're down here on earth just doing our thing. We're generally satisfied just to test ourselves, right? I think that that's what's happening. Yeah. So you're going to test yourself. Other people are going to test you too. Overall energy of the reading is the Tower. Scorpio, the way someone's feeling is the Seven of Wands. You're being seen as the Wheel of Fortune. When the way someone is being seen as the Wheel of Fortune, for me, that's an indication of how spirit sees you. Okay, what you need to know are your advice is strength. And then the final outcome, 2 cards came out, the Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords. I'm hearing, I got to get away from something. I have this restless energy. This might be a little, hey, what's up? I feel like some of you really want to get away from something and open to something new, but you're not sure what to do. It's very stressful and you are feeling impulsive. That's stressful. When I get the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords together, really watch out for impulsivity this week because, oh, there's strength right there and the Moon. I think you guys are learning how to listen to your instincts and your intuition. Yes, the entire right side of my body started getting goosebumps when I said that. That's a yes. Okay. So with the Tower, something is like popping off here. And clarifying this is the Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. This might be the little love call or the reconciliation. You may hear from someone that you haven't heard from for a while. I'm hearing that someone may want to talk to you, or you want to talk to them, but it's bringing in a lot of anxiety and the need to play duck and weave. And there's definitely this insecurity. Someone may be approaching you and it makes you nervous and nobody really knows what to say, or you're not really sure how to handle this. Yeah, I feel like this is you, the Nine of Swords, because you're the Nine of Swords over here as well. This might be the little try to reconcile. I'm hearing that someone reconciles because they can't just let it go. Like when the tower falls, just let it fall. That's not the tower falling. That's like someone trying to hang on to something or maybe coming back in. It's very covert. Watch out for you yourself doing this, or someone in your energy field this week doing this, where they can't just let something go. They get anxious about that, so they have to rush back in and fuck with something when they're really supposed to be letting it go. I feel like you're going to have a strong reaction to something that someone says to you. Someone may say something to you that you do not expect. Or someone's anxious about some kind of massive change. And the way someone's going to be feeling is the Seven of Wands, overwhelmed. Clarifying this, I'm hearing overwhelmed. Someone may feel almost attacked, or they don't like what you're doing. I'm hearing you have someone around you that, like, other people are trying to gang up on them or tell them they really need to do something in a different way, and they don't want to hear it. You might not want to hear it either. Clarifying this is the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Four of Cups. Who is numbing out? I don't want to hear something. I can't see something. I don't know how I feel or what I want. I hear that some of you are dealing with a person that is very anxious. They also lie. They're very childish. It's almost like they're in denial about their own heartbreak, the pain they cause other people, the pain they cause themselves. They do things out of impulse, and they're very anxious. Some of you feel like you need to say no to something because you're not quite ready to deal with. I'm hearing some of you, because I have the Ten of Swords and the Fool, some of you have been through a breakup, and it's like you want to be very mindful of the steps you take moving into your new cycle. It's like you want to be excited about newness and endings that bring new beginnings. You want to be positive, but yeah, I feel like there are people or someone around you that may try to hold you back. They really lack an accountability. So you're being seen as the wheel. Fate, destiny, your fate is in your hands at this moment. When I get the Tower and the wheel, some crazy shit might happen this week. Like weird shit that you didn't expect. I'm hearing you may come across you may have some synchronicities that make you scratch your head. Like, what the hell is going on with that? But you only can control yourself, but there's a lot in your environment that you can't control. Clarifying this is the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Fool, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So a cycle that has brought a painful ending that immediately means or leads to leaping into a new beginning and a ton of choices. Now, I mean, I love the Fool and the Seven of Cups. All day long I do. But this is a pattern that either some of you or this person is playing out. Because the Tower and the Ten of Swords is here, if there has been some kind of painful ending for someone recently, I think that they really need to settle down. Like the Tower and the Ten of Swords should be bringing in the World, the Hermit, the Hangman, the Star. I need some time alone. I need to process this shit. I need to figure it out. It's not that you have to cut yourself off from the world and not go into new stuff. I also hear that some of you have ended something, like you've let go of a relationship or a job and you're like, oh my God, like I'm so glad that I did this. But like someone's just not leaving themselves time to process. There's so much anxiety, and I'm hearing that, yeah, that's just difficult for someone. Don't be that person's news cycle. If someone just went through something horrible and they don't want to process their pain and their ending and turn that knowledge into wisdom, and they just leap into a news cycle with you, oh my God, any of you that are dating, if you meet someone this week and they literally tell you that they came out of like a 20-year relationship last Wednesday, red alert. That's their cycle. That's their pattern. I'm just going to leap into new stuff. I mean, it's cool that they have new opportunities, but like, yeah, it's like they might just jump out of the frying pan into the fire. You might not want to be a part of that with someone. Some of you are open to new stuff, but I do think someone's going to suck you back in. Watch out for the patterns you play from one cycle to the next. At the beginning, slow down and have that power of purpose. Like you're open to discovery, but there is power in a purposefulness. If y'all are just doing something without a purpose, God only knows where it's going to lead. Don't run with scissors. You know what I mean? Like, wear a helmet. Here's what you need to know, or your advice. Strength. There could be a Leo involved here. Clarifying this, though, is the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Page of Wands. I'm hearing a couple different things. Let me tell you the most positive thing I'm hearing. Some of you have been through something like really difficult. You don't want to hear it with this person anymore. They just do a lot of word salad, and they're anxious, and they're not very honest, and there's shit that they can't see, and they don't really know what they want, and they're a little childish. But it's like, so you're ending that, and you have this opportunity to go towards new things. It's very exciting for you with the Knight of Wands. You are really opening to sampling all new things in your life, and you can be on the road to like healing, getting in touch with your higher purpose. Some of you are going to go on some little spiritual journey that actually really excites you. You're open to new things. You, again, I'm hearing like you're rebellious, you're excited, you're passionate. You're just so happy to be on a healing journey. But you do have to be strong. Like you have to have dignity and not be a lunatic about stuff. Like you have to give your all this passionate energy a purpose to go towards. Even if you're not sure what that is, like, and you're just open to discovery, it will lead you to a healing journey, but you kind of have to like not go off the rails. Be careful what you're leaving yourself susceptible to. I'm also hearing that you could have a lot of fun, but it might be rebellious in a way that isn't healthy for you, and you will have to be strong. Based on what I see here, you are going to be invited to do something that might be a temptation for you, that like it isn't good for you, and you will have to be strong. Keep hearing Spirit say you're allowed to be the Knight of Wands and you're allowed to be the Page of Wands, because both of them are pointing towards the Star. And that's like Aquarian energy and breaking a glass ceiling and breaking patterns and rebelling out of your own toxicity and being happy and motivated and free. That's fantastic. But strength is here for a reason. I also think that some of you may feel like you have to close your mouth because you hear someone else just doing stuff that you don't think is really good for them, but there's nothing you can do about it. I do think you'll be tested as well. And that final outcome is the Page of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Okay, that looks fun, mischievous, cute, funny, silly with the Seven of Swords. I do think that don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. It's like you're allowed to be open to new things, but don't cheat yourself. I feel like you might get some messages and some invitations that you're not 100% sure how you feel about that, or if it's really good for you or not. I also noticed the Seven of Swords is looking back at you over here as Temperance. I do think you're trying to take a modest, pious approach to something, but someone else is Oh, I hear that they're very passive aggressive with the way they communicate, and they go and they get themselves into trouble. There's not a lot you can do about it. But underneath this is the Three of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is you. Some of you are thinking about moving, relocating, spending time with family. You may also have quite a bit of stability and financial stability and emotional stability where you are, but you'd like to do something a little different. You don't want anyone else to know about it. You want to rebel from something. We do actually rebel from the Ten of Cups because like that's always there for us, our family or our tribe, and like having it all, but something's not quite enough. So you want to do something different. But I feel like you're dealing with someone else here that might be pulling you off your path. You don't know what to do next. They don't know what to do next. Watch out for a person who might be playing games with you that's married. About the person in the environment. I'm hearing there's several people in the environment, but one person in particular. I keep tabs on you. You weren't my first choice. You're a good friend. I'm willing to put the past in the past. Okay, dude. You weren't their first choice and you're a friend of theirs. Something might have gone down between the two of you that just needs to be put in the past. They've been spying, or I didn't hear spying. I'm hearing like they keep tabs on you. They've been watching you. You're going to be invited to something. Okay, because the energy in the environment is the Three of Cups. That could be dating, fun, friendship, the Three of Pentacles, doing something new, doing something fun. And then the Sun, here's more Leo energy, and the Page of Cups. Okay. I do think that this week you will be invited to have fun in some way. That's an invitation to something. Come and do this, hang out. It's going to be like a little get together, a party. Let's collab, boo. It's going to be sweet. It might be a little apology with a lot of optimism. And I was like, okay, well, where could this lead to? I'm like, maybe that's friends like pulling you out of something, like good news will come in and spirit's trying to lead you in a good direction towards happy, positive people. But so I clarified the Page of Cups and I got the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Wands and the Devil. And I was like, oh shit. Okay, well, this isn't horrible. It's just watch out for invitations from people who you were just a friend and you were never their choice. They're like, hey, let's forgive and forget. I've been keeping tabs on you. You want to do something, hang out with me? Libra, if you do that, you're going to play out a cycle that leads to like, lead to a lot of rebellion. It'll lead to having fun here on the material plane with the Capricorn energy here, but this might be like a player or someone that gets you into a little bit of trouble, or it will take you into a cycle where you explore some stuff that may or may not lead to something unhealthy or toxic for you. So watch out for that. Watch out for the next cycle you move into just being something that leads you right back up where you started. You might be doing this from one person to the next or one scenario to the next. Yeah, it's like, so it seems fun on the outside and on the surface, but underneath, this is a person that's kind of wild and rebellious. They're sexy. They're not ready to settle down and commit. Hashtag slut life as well. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're careful. But if you don't want to do that, you have to pour that energy into something new and different and that's better for you. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do. It's just hard for you because the first two cards out for you were Temperance and the Hangman. I'm like fully sober from bullshit. Like I'm hearing like a sobriety for you because the Devil's over here and Temperance is over here. So excess meets moderation and you're trying to be non-reactive, trying so hard to be non-reactive. That's a little boring, but at least it's like calm. You've created this calm for yourself. Very much so. Like it could be more fun, but at least it's not crazy town, right? It's like not crazy town. Trying to embrace the land in between, not 100% sure what you want. Now, when I did that download for you the other day, I did get the Hangman, which is a tough lesson. It's like a radical acceptance, a sacrifice. Always with the Hangman. It's a difficult lesson. It's like you're embracing it and it is bringing you peace. again, a little boring, but it's the opposite of lunacy. And it's like, that's what you need. And I wanted to know what the hangman's usually trying to free themselves from something. And temperance is usually trying to ignore something, I notice, or like determine the purpose of what you do before you do it. And underneath is the Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Anxiety. Here's that Two of Pentacles and Nine of Swords again. So with these invitations, they're bringing you a lot of anxiety. Be calm and patient. I hear that some of you need to really hear this. You do have good instincts. You are intuitive. You are strong. You are really capable of making smart, healthy choices. Like your spleen center works. Your fear memory can lead you to steer clear of things that are bad for you and focus on what's good for you. Because you deserve to be able to do this if you want, Libra, like passionately explore life and free yourself from bullshit. And you'll have to resist the stuff that's not good for you. And it's like a struggle, like you're pessimistic, you're not sure, you're anxious, you're like, I don't know. You're feeling guilty about something. You need a plan. Fawning. You have a trauma response in new relationships, but new direction. Okay, there's lies within lies happening. You have a chance to go in a new direction. You do need a plan about how you enter into new relationships, because what you bring into your new relationships is a fawn response, which a lot of things fall under the umbrella of a fawn response. Over-explaining yourself, talking too much, putting on rose-tinted glasses, feeling codependent, feeling insecure. I actually have found that the fawn response can be difficult to overcome, but you can overcome it. You just feel guilty. You're bringing guilt and some insecurity into new relationships. Libra, you're going to get some kind of an invitation that Spirit wants you to know isn't really good for you. What's really important is that you learn to trust your decisions. There's no rush in your decisions here. Okay, some of you are trying to get away from something. I also hear that you're thinking about your kids quite a bit, if you have kids, and where they are and where they live and where you guys all live together. You want to get out of a scenario and move into this new cycle. You will be faced with temptation this week while you're trying to do shadow work. So don't let anyone suck you back in. Like the way someone self-sabotages is that they go back and try to reconcile and work something out with someone when there is no need to do that. Just like walk away. That cycle will never stop playing out with that person. You have to surrender to it and fortify your auric field. Yeah, and not be so Mr. or Miss Nice Guy with someone. I do see that, and some of you are just dealing with a person who really struggles to settle down too. They're pulling back and they're telling me to stop, and they're telling me this is very general. They don't want me to do an extended reading. Yeah. All right, Libra, stay focused on being open to discovering purpose in your life. You're waking up a lion. You will face anxiety, or you'll face someone else's anxiety this week. But again, really watch out for getting these love calls or just calls from people that will sabotage the progression and the healthy shadow work that you're doing. You're going to have to stand up for yourself and work on making those healthy choices. I believe in you. You can do it. Yes, I do. All right, Libra, that's this week. I'm always listening to the universe for you. Take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.